Good morning, everyone. Welcome to my live stream on July energy. I am so excited to share with you the messages that are coming through around July because this is the shift so many of us have been waiting for. It began last month. If you caught me last month, I talked a lot about how we are going to be in the energy of creativity and expression and expansion last month, which was very true. And creative energy, when it's not being used effectively, it gets stuck. And when it gets stuck, it turns into like worry, anxiety, overthinking things, that kind of like, yeah, just that stressed, worried, anxious feeling. So if you felt any of that in June, I want you to recognize that that was an aspect of the energy. Energy works in polarity on bandwidth. So there's always going to be an expression that is going to feel beautiful and supportive and loving and exciting and honoring and all the things. But there's also going to be an expression that will challenge you. And we often feel that the expression of the energy that challenges us is like bad or problematic or low vibe or there's something wrong if we're experiencing it. And that's not the case at all. If you are experiencing struggle or hard times or challenge at all right now, I want you to understand it's not a problem. I mean, it feels like it, right? I don't want to like dismiss your feelings because your feelings are valid. By feeling stressed, by feeling overwhelmed, by feeling scared, all of those things, they are valid. And when you understand how the energy works in bandwidths of polarity, you can see that there's a transmutation possibility available to you. And sometimes it takes going deep into the struggle or deep into the challenge in order to transmute into the opportunity. This is something I teach when I teach my numerology training courses. So if you have curiosity about going deeper on that, then reach out to me and let me know. But the purpose of today's call is to go into July energy. July is a 4 energy month. 4 energy is one of those things where some people love it, some people have an interesting relationship with it, and some people struggle with it. So if you're catching me live, comment, let me know, say hi, let me know you're here as well. Please, replayers, comment, say hi, let me know you're here. And I would love it if you could do me a favor. Would you take a quick second and tag a friend of yours who needs to see this? Because the message for July is really powerful. And I want so many of us to really take this to heart and be present for it. Because the message for July with this 4 energy is around our sovereignty and responsibility. So, this is so important right now with all the things going on in the world right now. It is so important to recognize where our sovereignty and responsibility lies and what is our relationship with that. Okay. So, I'm going to just take a quick peek here. Okay. Cool. So, what are the messages I want to share with you around that? We have a very interesting relationship with responsibility. The opposite of responsibility would be falling into the mode where you would hope somebody would tell you what to do, right? You would hope someone would be like, here's the answer. Do these 5 steps. There's the solution. Just do it, right? If that's the case, what that requires is that we believe that somebody else knows better than us for us. And if you've been listening to me this entire year, you'll recognize that this is one of the illusions that wants to be popped this year. We're done with that. That idea that there is an authority out there that knows better than me for me, and I need them to tell me what to do is it's old paradigm. It is hierarchy. It is putting your trust in the hands of people you may or may not even have a relationship who may or may not even know you. It's ignoring nuance, and it's believing that just because somebody has a certain level of, I don't know, authority, position, whatever, that gives them uh, the fact that they might know more than you for you. And I'm not knocking experts. Like, people who are experts, like, we need you. Please, we need you. Share your expertise widely and broadly, right? The difference is if I victimize myself to an expert, that means I put myself lower than them and I put that expert on a pedestal. This contributes to hierarchy. This contributes to hierarchy where there's a few people at the top who think they know better than everybody else at the bottom. And guys, it's a disaster for everyone, even the people at the top. It's painful, it's uncomfortable, it's going to result in some kind of fall from grace, right? So that's my little rant about hierarchy. But I just want you to understand that if you are noticing hierarchies in your life where you think you're waiting for permission from someone else, or you're waiting for someone to tell you, or you're waiting for someone to grant you, that this is an illusion that wants to be collapsed. And I want you to recognize that if it's coming up for you, where does my power lie? Where is my responsibility? How do I get to choose my course of action? Because people who make changes, go against the grain, sometimes have to ignore the dominant opinions and go within and figure out what do they feel is right for them. Now, the 4 energy is leadership, structures, systems, stability. And all of these system structures and stability are here to support you as a leader. As a leader, every single one of us is an incredibly powerful leader, whether we lead groups of people, whether we lead a business, whether we lead a family, whether we lead ourselves, whether we're a leader in our community. You embodying a healthy, strong, powerful expression of your energy makes you a leader. It makes you a leader. So you're going to have opportunities this month to take that embodiment of what is good and right to me, what is my truth, how do I align myself with that, and how do I move forward as an expression of that. So this is about being devoted to your truth and letting yourself be a physical embodiment of that. 4 is a very physical energy, excuse me. And what that means is that physicality and movement is incredibly important this month. This month, in the month of July. So let yourself move, let yourself be physical. One of my favorite practices to do when we have a number like this, for example, 4, is to incorporate visions and affirmations with physical movement. So that can look like doing your squats while you're saying your affirmations. It can also look like going on a hike while you're talking with your friend about your vision. It can also look like walking and meditating, right? Like a walking meditation practice. If you have a labyrinth near you, that could be a really fun way to do this as well. There's lots of ways you can incorporate visioning and expanding ideas through movement. And this is a really, really powerful month to do so. It will really help to anchor in, because you're going to be going through a physical transformation this month to allow yourself to be the embodiment of that beautiful, benevolent leader who recognizes the community that they are a part of and who wants everyone to be better off and who will support the upliftment of people through their integrity and authenticity. Okay, so what do you guys think? Should we get into the specifics of this month? Let me know. And if you're catching me, I'm not getting comments, which I typically have comments. So if you are catching me live, let me know what's going on. Oh yeah, see, my comments aren't showing up, which is really a pain. So I'm going to look on my phone really quick here. Oh, hello everybody. Oh, it's so good to see you guys. Hello, Annie and Jackie and Susan and Rosalie and Gustavo. Thank you so much. So I'm so happy you're here. Let me know if you have any questions. And of course, if you're listening to this and you're like, I know someone who needs to hear this, tag them in the comments. Okay, so you guys, one of the things I'm most excited about in this month is we have a powerful sales cycle kicking in. Let me back up. It doesn't have to be a sales cycle. I'm saying sales because I'm in business, right? But we have a powerful financial money manifestation cycle kicking in this month. We have financial leadership on our side. We have leadership in general on our side, and we have sales opportunities, windows where money wants to flow to you, whether it's through sales or other measures, right? Maybe it's through some magical way, right? Letting yourself be open to receive this month is critical. And because we have the 4 energy, putting the structures in place to allow you to receive is also critical. So if you want to be able to allow magically money to show up, what are the pathways that you have open to you? You know, do you accept deposits and e-transfers? And do you have, checks and I don't even know. Like, but you need to know for yourself, what is the structure that you have that allows you to be open to receive money? So if you don't have ways of receiving payments set up in your life, set them up. If you the mechanical things, the structures, but also like the physical thing. So one of the things that I notice that happens often is we are so accustomed to being hyper independent, which is not the same as being responsible or committed to your leadership, by the way. Leaders need to be open to collaboration. So, and interdependent. So, hyper independence, because we have all, kind of valued that for so long, we have a reflex of deflecting. Okay. We have a reflex of deflecting when goodness wants to flow into us. So, for example, if someone says to you, may I buy you a coffee? Or can I help you with that? Or, whatever. Oftentimes the reflex is, oh, I'm fine. Or I've got this. Oh, no problem. Or I'll get it. Thank you. Right. And we deflect. And that's just an example of one way that this can show up. But I really invite you to get curious as to if there's opportunities floating around in the world around me right now, where am I potentially deflecting them without even realizing it because it's an unconscious pattern? But let yourself open your mind to thinking, where does opportunity, resource, and well being and wealth want to flow into me? And how do I open the doorway to that? Okay, that's really, really important for you this month. Okay. The other thing I really want to share is this idea of the process of making a change. So many people, particularly if you happen to be, a ruling number, I would say 5 or 7, or if you have 5s or 7 dominant in your chart, are resistant to routines and structure. They like freedom. They like to be able to kind of go where the wind takes them. And that's wonderful and serves them. And there are benefits to having structures of support, even if you are a freedom loving person who wants to be free and does not want to be boxed in. Structures don't need to equal a box. What if structure is a platform that lets you even grow more? Okay. So recognizing that if I want to expand my leadership, it's going to require me to make a choice and a decision to do things a little bit differently than I may have done them in the past. And anytime you're doing some things a little bit differently, it also requires a choice followed by a commitment. And that choice and commitment are actually well supported when you set your environment up for success. Okay. So let me give you a little example. If you decide I'm going to start working out in the mornings, one of the greatest things you can do to set your environment up to support you is to put your workout clothes beside your bed so that in the morning when you wake up, that's the first thing you see. You put your workout clothes on and off you go. Right. That is setting up a physical structure of support to allow you to do the things you want to do. This is a technique, I guess, that James Clear talks about in Atomic Habits, which was a book that Carly Banks recommended years ago to me, and I adore the book. So it's a really powerful book on how you can set things up in your life to support you in loving ways. Like your structures don't need to feel limiting, right? So the next piece in this puzzle is the embodiment. If you want to have a certain outcome, it's going to require you to become the person for whom that outcome is natural. So, in order to become the person for whom that outcome is natural, I need to embody that. And that's a choice followed by practices and habits that allow my physicality to evolve to be that person. Okay. So what does this all mean? This all means that if I have a desire to live a life of freedom, if I have a desire to raise my income, if I have a desire to have more connection with my family or, improve my friendships or whatever, I need to become the person for whom that's natural. So in order to do that, let me set up the structures to support my becoming. Okay. That is the core message of the overall month. Okay, so to go into a little bit specifically, the sales cycle I was referring to starts on Saturday the 2nd. So this is like in a couple of days, guys. It's going to run from Saturday the 2nd all the way until the 14th of the month. So it really takes up almost half the month. I keep saying sales cycle. That's not correct. Abundance cycle, financial opportunity cycle, wealth cycle. Let's call it wealth cycle because it's however wealth wants to flow to you. So it's going to run from the 2nd of July all the way till the 14th of July. And what it looks like is you creating the vision that you are the person for whom your desires are true, whatever your desire is right now, right? Whatever wealth looks like to you right now. And maybe that's a good journaling prompt. It's a good journaling prompt. Write down what does wealth mean to me? What makes me feel wealthy right now? Right? And yes, money in the bank makes me feel wealthy. Travel makes me feel wealthy. Going to the beach to drink my coffee makes me feel wealthy. Taking my kids and walking them to and from school makes me feel wealthy. Being able to afford to go on adventures with my kids makes me feel wealthy. My daughter's in horseback riding. That makes me feel wealthy to be able to go and watch her so happy, so confident riding her horse, right? So these are the things that make me feel wealthy. So get clear on that vision on Saturday the 2nd. Get clear on that vision and recognize that interdependence is key, particularly in this wealth cycle. So recognizing what is my relationship with others and how does that either uplift or diminish my relationship with wealth. Every single relationship you have is either going to have a positive influence on your wealth or a negative influence on your wealth. Okay. And you know the difference by your energy. So somebody that has a positive relationship on your wealth will create a positive impact on your energy. And somebody that's going to create a diminishing impact on your wealth will also diminish your energy. So recognizing those relationships and getting a very clear vision over the weekend is key, key, key. On Monday, the 4th of July, this is a very important day to be creative around money. If you are an entrepreneur, this is a sales day. This is a day to talk about your work. This is a day to create content, copy, marketing, to position, to speak, to make something. If you are a maker, an artist of any type, make something, right? All of us are artists in our own way. So whatever your way is of making art, make it. If you are not selling anything or you are not, an entrepreneur, get creative anyways. And you don't need to link it to money. Get creative in the kitchen. Get creative with, a canvas and some random paints. Get creative by making a mandala in the forest with, products in nature. It's totally up to you, but get creative. And here is why. Creativity is going to open your wealth channel on the 4th of July. Okay. Creativity is going to open your wealth channel. And as I'm saying this out loud, I'm like, 4th of July, that's a holiday in the US. So some of you might not be working. Just fair enough. Fine. In Canada, we have July 1st, which is Friday, which is tomorrow, as a holiday for Canada Day. You may choose not to be behind your computer. You don't need to be behind your computer to open channels of creativity. Let yourself open them in any way you want. And if you feel like you want to take advantage of the fact that this channel is open right now, write some content today or tomorrow and schedule it to go out, right? Simple as that. Or make it all ready to go. So you just have to hit post on the day of, okay? Because it is a channel to be open. What is the next? Oh, the next really important day would be July 6th. Okay. So July 4th, the channel opens to wealth through your creativity. Okay. On the 6th of July, there's going to be an investment opportunity that shows up for you. Okay. When I say investment, I'm going to refer to 3 ways that you can invest in something to appreciate something, right? Which means I put something in and something bigger is going to come out. Okay. There's 3 ways. You can do so with your time, with your energy, and with your money. Those are the 3 ways that you can invest into something to grow something. With this investment opportunity that's going to come up on July 6th, you can choose what am I investing with? Or if it's something really important to you, I highly encourage you to invest with all 3. Right? So if it's an opportunity to invest in something, think about mindfully how I'm investing with my time, with my energy, and with my money, mindfully in all 3. Okay. So that is the 6th of the month. That's the investment day. A very special day is actually going to be the 7th of the month, which is a day of connection and a day of love. So I know that the 7th of July is very important for some people in my world, and it is a day of deep connection. It is a day of the connections that will support you in your embodiment of leadership. So I think that's just so beautiful, and I'm super excited about that. And so this wealth portal, this channel of wealth opportunity, like I said, it starts July 2nd and it's going to run all the way until July 14th. The next a significant and important day is going to be July 13th. And this is a day where if you have been working on something, if you have been building something, you are going to receive evidence in. Okay. What is evidence? Evidence is synchronicity, signs from the universe, the lucky penny, the four-leaf clover, the client landing in your inbox, the whatever it is, you get to decide what evidence is. You are the meaning maker in your life, but you get to decide. So if you're the kind of person who likes to look for signs, this is a time to be asking for that. And it's also a time to be open to it. If you're like, show me a sign that I'm on path, and you like stay home and watch Netflix all day, it might be trickier to see the sign. Like, let yourself be open to receiving. So the other energy that's going to be really important in this time frame, the 13th of July, is going to be asking yourself, what am I devoted to? What matters to me? What is my priority? What is the life of meaning for me? Like, what gives life meaning? That's the better way of phrasing it. What gives life meaning to me? Why does this life even matter? And just spending a little bit of time with those questions, because they are going to energetically align you with that wealth portal again, because wealth and the ability to exchange and experience and interact and collaborate through these channels of wealth that are available to you happens through exchange of value, right? And because you are the meaning maker in your life, you get to contribute in the way that matters most to you about how you contribute and receive value. So think about that a little bit on the 13th of the month. The next really important day that I want to share that jumped out to me was the 16th of the month, you guys. Okay. The 16th of the month is called, we're just naming it today, Fire Intuition Day. Okay. Fire Intuition Day. And I can't even, I'm like, how do I put this as to how powerful and potent the 16th of the month is going to be? You guys, your relationship with energy, with the universe, with your guides, spirit, whatever, however you speak to it, your energy with your higher self is going to be on fire on the 16th of the month. So give yourself space and time to feel and receive it. Don't overly schedule your day. Do not. Leave space and do something that feels magical to you so that you can be open to receive those downloads, those hits of creativity, those hits of inspiration, that deep connection which is available to you. And if you've been looking for answers, if you've been asking questions, the 16th is a day where there's going to be answers available to you. Let me say that again. If you've been asking questions, the 16th is a day where those answers will be available to you. So block that off for yourself to really feel that. Let's see. What's another important day I want to point out to you guys? The 11th of July is a very good day to get organized. So this is a great day to make a list and power through the list. I know some of you like knowing like a good productivity day. That is a great productivity, the 11th of the month. What else do I want to say? The 18th of the month is also a very good productivity day. You will have a lot of ideas on the 18th of the month, and those ideas will be inspiring the type of leader you want to be. So let yourself play with the ideas, let yourself explore the ideas, communicate with people, and know that those ideas are fueling your leadership. What's another day I want to bring up? So the 24th of the month starts a brand new manifestation cycle. And if you happen to be someone who is building, who has a message to share, if you happen to be someone who has a message to share, you're either creating content, you are a teacher or a healer or a coach. You don't even have to be any of those things to have a message to share. If you have a message to share, the 24th of the month is going to start a new manifestation cycle that's going to want your expression through connections with others. The other important day this month would be the 28th of the month, which is really recognizing it's the 28th of the month starts off a new cycle that's really highlighting relationship. So I already asked you to kind of evaluate that a few weeks before. You will have already looked at it a little bit, but it will come up even more on the 28th of the month. Or, that quote comes to mind of you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And relationships are the make it or break it in so many ways. Toxic and dangerous relationships will take you down, and supportive, loving, and powerful relationships will lift you higher than you could ever possibly have imagined. So recognizing where am I contributing and where am I receiving, and who are those people in my life, and do they represent support to me? Do they represent encouragement, inspiration? Do they help me be my best self? And do I help them be their best selves? Recognizing and making sure you got a few people in your life like that. And I get it. Not everyone does. And I've definitely gone through phases in my life where I felt like I didn't have people like that in my life. But I hacked it by either working with a coach or a healer, hiring someone to support me, or the other thing you can do is books and podcasts by people who feel supportive to you, so that you can create an energetic frequency in your body of receiving that energy, so that you become available to it with friendships as well. Okay, does that make sense? So if you've never felt supportive friendships before, it's tricky. Like how do I even know what that looks like, right? So let me get the frequency alignment in my body first by finding it through working with someone who supports me, or podcasts and books, or some combination thereof would obviously be the best. Okay. The last important day of the month is the 31st. So this whole month has been setting us up for a new level of leadership, a new level of responsibility, of recognizing that you are the creator of your life, and it's not in isolation. You are highly interdependent with other humans as well as energetic support. So knowing that, what is your relationship with it? What is your interaction with it? And the more you play with opening up to receiving wealth and well-being, the financial portal that's opening for you this month, the more you will recognize how you are the creator and how you are influencing in this co-creation. So the 31st of the month is really about being devoted to your path and loving your path and loving yourself on your path, you know, failings and perfections and messy bits and all, right? Recognizing that you are an incredible person. You are doing incredible things with your life, and you are doing the best you can, even when you're struggling and even when you feel like you don't have it perfectly together. You are still amazing, right? You are still incredible, and you are worthy of the things you truly want and you truly desire. And really like taking that in and feeling that on the 31st of the month. Anybody here who's listening who happens to do tapping, EFT, or meditations or visualizations or anything like that, guiding people on the 31st of the month to tap into that higher perspective of themselves, even if you do it on a day before or a day after, would be so powerful and so potent to do at this time. Okay, I feel like pretty complete in that. That feels pretty exciting and pretty amazing to me. I am super pumped about it. I want to hear from you. Let me know, what are you excited about in July? What is the piece that I shared where you're like, I am going to hang on to that and do something with that, or that inspired me? I want to know from you. So I'm going to ask you 2 things. Number 1, what is the thing that you're taking away from today? Tell me, what are you excited about? What are you leaning into? What are you taking action on? Or what's the thing you want to like sit with for a minute and really just sort of take in? Okay, that's question number 1. Question number 2 is, if you would like to share this out to your people or tag people in this, I would absolutely love that. This information to me is so valuable, and I use this information myself to set myself up for success in personal life and in business life. I talked a little bit, if you're on my email list, about the overwhelm going into summer, right? Today is day number 1 of summer vacation for my children. So it's crazy already. But I talked a little bit about that in my email, and what we can do. And this July energy wants us to take charge as the leaders that we are. So we have this beautiful opportunity available to us. And so I personally am going to look at what's happening, and I am going to be very mindful about choosing how I invest my time so that I get to be the embodied leader that I am and living the life that I truly desire. So I want that for you. Anyways, thank you so much for being with me today, and I look forward to chatting with you again soon. Bye, everyone.